Hello everybody, it's Bernie here from Stampin' Up. Welcome to my craft room this evening. It is Tuesday the 8th of April. Hi Mum. Oh, you've got nice sunshine. Awesome. Can you just tell me, can you hear me okay? Because I've had to dummy my mic. The clip broke last week and I forgot to charge the other mic. So can you hear me okay? Just pop a comment if you can. Say hello if you are in the craft room with me tonight. I'd love to know who I'm crafting with. As you can see, I'm not with Rich. Rich is in Hamilton tonight. Yep, sounds okay. Awesome. Thank you so much. Because look, I had to do a little big bulldog clip to hold it in place. We've got two mics, obviously, one for Rich, one for me, and I forgot I just grabbed one and charged it, and then realized when I clipped it on I had the dodgy one. Anyway, Kiwi ingenuity, what do they say? Kiwi ingenuity, boer maak 'n plan. Wonderful. So yes, if you're watching on the replay, really lovely having you with me as well. So welcome. It's always good to have everybody here and crafting. So tonight I'm going to be playing with some brand new product. Last week when I was finishing up my little album, I asked the viewers what they would like to see, and yeah, the feedback was some new product. Hi Maureen, are you feeling a bit better? I think it was last week that you were not feeling that well. Hope you're feeling a bit better. Good to have you here. So yes, it's daylight savings ended for us all on Sunday, and my body clock is still not synced. I keep waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning when I usually wake up at 6. So my days have been very long. Anyway, so I'm playing with the beautiful gallery products tonight. I'm going to be showing you a few ideas, and then I thought we'd make a card together with some of the beautiful paper. I just want to show you a few of the products that are in the beautiful gallery. I haven't got all of them. I've been a little bit picky and choosy this time around with the catalogue as to what I'm getting, just because budget is tight. So let's have a look and see what I have to share with you tonight. So it's a very, very vintagey vibe with the beautiful gallery. And one of the very first things I fell in love with was the paper. So I'll be going through the paper with you, showing you the embossing folder, the stamps and the dies. They're very interesting, so I'll talk you through that. And then, yeah, we'll work, make a card together. So this is a journal that I put together with some of the brand new paper. So you'll see it when I show it to you. So there's paper over here that I used. These roses are from the beautiful gallery, as is this map paper in the background. The stamping over here is from beautiful gallery, as are these dies. And this green paper in the background that I've die cut the leaves from is from some of the offcuts of the designer series paper. The rest of it is just what I had in my stash that I thought just worked really well. But for me, I wanted to use these papers as the focal point and then bring everything together, and I'm really happy with how that turned out. So that was the one idea. Then there is, let me just get this camera right, there is a sheet of paper that is this, and I literally just put it into a frame that I got from Kmart, and it's a 6x6 frame, so it just fits in beautifully. And my colors in my lounge are the sort of dark mossy meadow green and browns and grays. So it's, sorry, that glare just keeps going on it. So it's absolutely perfect for home decor. So don't be afraid to just stick it in a frame. So let's have a look at these gorgeous papers. I'm just going to bring them all into the camera and go through them with you. So there are 48 sheets in the pack, and you're getting 4 sheets of each design. So this is the green one that I used in my journal, and the reverse is this interesting map. Very interesting paper. I immediately thought of a journal paper. It could also be a scrapbook page as well if one's, you know, been traveling. Yeah, but the two go together really well. So I thought that's quite pretty. And then here is that DSP, that 6x6 that I've just shown you in the frame. And its reverse paper is this one over here. So these go together quite beautifully. I'll talk you through the colors shortly as to what is in there. Then there are quite a few of these sort of autumnal rural scenes that one could create a scene from. And then the card sample I'll show you, I used this paper, which has got a basic beige background to it. And this is Secret Sea. It's stamped in Secret Sea. That's not black. So yeah, really beautiful background paper there. This one's quite interesting. I thought this reminds me of sort of like a wallpaper, and this is the flip side of it. I really, I don't know if you can get a feel for it on the camera. It looks quite textured. When you look at it, it looks like those wallpaper techniques that you would sort of see in Italy. It's got a real textured, like a sponge technique on it. Really beautiful. Again, very vintagey, very vibe. It's got a real vintage vibe. This one's also just screams journaling vintage to me. And that background is very similar. So that wash over there is also in this in between part here. So yes, again, like a real botanical vintage vibe, really pretty. This one's gorgeous as well, sort of like a winter scene. I sort of feel like this could be somewhere in Europe, or maybe even, yeah, North America, sort of has that feel to it. And then this is the paper that I used in my journal. So very, very pretty. Another sort of gives me just a vibe of a classic painting, with a river scene, with a boat, village. Very, very, yeah, it's really got a real classic. This one, I don't know that I like this so much. You may, I'm not sure about that. So yeah, I don't know. I'd probably use this to cut out leaves and that from the dies. Then, oh, hold on. Oh, yeah. So this is the one that I keep getting muddled. So this is this one, and then this is the reverse of it. So it's just got like these trees that you could do another sort of background scene, or use it in the background for journals, or use it in the background for scrapbooking. Then these two go together, right? So it's this one, and then this is its reverse. So just a bit of a color wash, sort of ombre colors here. Oh yeah, and there's its friend. Okay, I thought we could play with this one tonight. This is quite pretty and quite striking. Also, again, it's got that whole vintage vibe to it, and then it's got like a damask paper, very pretty in the background. And then the last one is this sea scene. This would make a wonderful masculine card, especially if somebody in the family enjoys you know, all things water-based, and then, yeah, a pecan pie sort of brushstroke background, which tones in beautifully with that sky. So really interesting papers, really interesting papers. So let me show you a little bit more, and then we can get started on the card. So, excuse me, sorry, that slammed down. So this is one of the stamp sets in the suite. As I said, I didn't buy the suite this time. I was just a little bit more picky and choosy what I liked. I love the line art stamps in here. So one and I'm going to be doing some embossing tonight, but you could be doing some watercolor with your watercolor pencils. You could do this with some blends. You can do a resist emboss technique with a color wash in the background. You could do alcohol blends. Yep, there are lots of options here for using the open line stamps, the photopolymers. So yeah, just nice and easy to stamp. So we'll be using the big one this evening. And then the dies are, initially I wasn't actually going to get the die, and then I saw oh gosh, who did I see demonstrated in her unboxing over in America, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is unusual. So it's quite a big die set. This one cuts this frame that has got these mitre points, and then it cuts out two rectangles that are within it. Now, I used those rectangles, let me just quickly get them again, in my journal. So it cuts out this size in the middle and then a smaller rectangle. But what I did for thank you cards is I took one of these scenery scenes, and when you cut it out with this die, you get these 3D picture of the scenery, and it is really effective. So I just have the frame left over from what I used for my journal, but it's really interesting. So these corners are mitered, so you could do all kinds of things with it. But yeah, really fascinating die. I don't think Stampin' Up's done that before. And then your normal outlines, and then freestanding dies where we've got leaves and flowers. I still have to play a little bit with those, but I played with that one, and I think it was that one in my journal. And we'll be using the outline tonight. And then there is, where have I put it? There is an embossing folder. Hold on, let's just get a dark background here. This one's quite pretty. I'm a bit of a sucker for embossing folders. So this is called the Damask Design, and it's not a 3D, so it's really, really pretty. And yeah, I'm looking forward. I haven't yet played with it. I'm going to have a play with it on Thursday, when I usually sit in my craft room and come up with ideas for these lives on a Tuesday. So that's all part of the beautiful gallery. Those colors, just to go through those quickly, in the paper there's basic beige, basic black, basic grey, calypso coral, cloud cover, which is a new in color, crumb cake, early espresso, grey granite, lost lagoon, mossy meadow, pecan pie, peach pie, secret sea, which is a new in color, and smoky slate. Okay, so this was the card that I wanted as like a sympathy card, or just a card that was going to just play with the new Secret Sky. So the Secret Sky is the one of the 5 in colors for 2025-2027, and I've got the pens here. Now, I do need to be honest, I'm not a big fan of yellow and orange. So this is Timid Tiger, and this is something duckling, darling duckling. These 3 would probably are going to be my favorites. These 2, I'll wait to see. But the Secret Sky and the cloud cover, for sure, we're going to be working with those colors tonight. I love them. I do like them very, very much. So that's what we're going to be playing with tonight. So let's get my craft stuff out. So this is what the cloud cover looks like. I thought I would change the card up a little bit from the original one I made. So this is the Secret Sky. It looks like black, but it isn't. And this is the cloud cover, the cardstock. At the moment, there are issues with the ink for cloud covers, so we don't have the inks yet, but we do have the inks for the others. So if you are wanting to see what it looks like, black versus Secret Sky, this is the black, the flower, and this is the Secret Sky in the background. Hopefully you can pick up the difference in the colors. All right. So for this card, I'm just going to need your standard card base of basic white, which, by the way, is now available online. It's not, you won't be finding the thick basic white in the catalogue because they were actually going to stop it. And then there was a huge uproar from demonstrators. And so then they brought it back, but it's only in the online exclusives. I'm just looking for my paper. All right, this is the one I wanted to play with. Okay. All right, let me just get myself sorted. I'm just checking if looks like dark blue. It is a dark blue. It is, we've got a few different dark blues. We've got Night of Navy, but it's not as dark as a Night of Navy. It's almost a, gosh, would I say it's a denim blue? Let me just hold it up against my denim. Yeah, it looks like I've got jeans on tonight. It almost looks like a denim blue. So yeah, I would say it's very close to a denim blue. Okay, I want to take this piece and I'm just going to tear it. Just going to give it a bit of a tear. And I'm going to tear that. It's really a very simple card tonight. You can throw away those pieces if you want, but I tend to hold on to them. And then I'm just going to pop this down with my glue. Okay. And then on my cloud cover, I've got to get used to all these new names. I'm going to do my embossing and stamping. So I'm just going to bring that all in. And just use my embossing buddy just to take off any static. And my brush. And let's ink that up with some Versamark. Okay. So obviously, because this is a photopolymer, I just need to use a matte underneath it just to make sure that it stamps nicely and firmly, because there's no rubber like the red rubbers. Cool. Oh, I quite like that just on its own. I don't know if you can pick that up. That's beautiful. No, we'll still emboss it, but it looks gorgeous. Right, let's just bring some scrap in there. And my teaspoon. Gosh, that really does look pretty. I'm half tempted to just do another one. And okay, so I'm just knocking this off. And then I'm just going to funnel this back in. Okay, let's set that now with my heat tool. Just get that warm. And then when you do your heat embossing, just hold your paper up at an angle so that the heat can go through the paper, and that'll just speed up the whole process. And you know that your powder has set and it turns a beautiful white, or whatever color the embossing powder is. Cool, that's it. We're all done. Doesn't that look gorgeous? That is so pretty. Okay, now I'm just going to grab those dies that match. So that one goes around, and a little bit of my Scotch tape, removable tape. I always like to just look for the little corner, the little end spot, so that I know I'm in the right place. I'm just going to put that down, and I'm just going to quickly run that through my cut and emboss machine that I've got on the side. I like to place my dies at an angle so that they run through the rollers at an angle, and that way it helps that your plates don't buckle. Otherwise, if you keep rolling it at straight through, it can tend to buckle your plates a lot quicker. Okay, so we just remove that tape. We'll use that again. Put that away. And now we can poke that centerpiece out. Before we do, I just want to stamp my sentiment there. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to pop this through the embossing. Let's do that. Let's change this card up completely tonight. I just want to quickly get my embossing. Oh, yeah, I'll just do it like that. I'm going to use this new folder, and let's pop that through. I'm just going to make myself a sandwich. Let's see how this looks. I'll completely change this. Oh, pretty. That is pretty. So can you see the texture? Not really, eh? It's too dark. Okay. Well, you'll have to believe me when I tell you that it's really pretty. So I'm just going to put some dimensionals on the back. And now that I've changed up this design, I might just, yep, that's fine. I'm just going to stamp my sentiment that I was going to have on the bottom. I'm just going to stamp it on here. And let me just find. So I'm using the Secret Sky ink for this. And the brand new, where is it? The brand new Blooming Phrases. So these little lines, what you're meant to be doing is in stamping those little flowers at the end of them, which is quite cute. So I'm just going to have another thinking of you. See if this works. I'm just totally changing this design tonight as I'm with you. I'm not sure if it's going to work, but we can try. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. All right. Gosh, it's very quiet when Wingman isn't here. I'm just fussy cutting this. Thinking of where's my U? Thinking of you. Should I put that under the... Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it like that. That looks nice. I like that. Thanks, Mum. Looks like you're the only one. Hello, Anne. I was just going to say, it looks like Mum's the only one in the house tonight. How are you, Anne? Just having a bit of a play with the beautiful gallery products. There we go. You're fine. Good. Good to hear that. You had such a beautiful card that you did with that background technique the other day. Really loved it. It was really, really pretty. Yes, so we're busy playing with, I've used some Secret Sky, used the new Damask Design embossing folder at the back, and then the brand new beautiful gallery paper. So almost finished. Pop that on there. So a really easy card. The paper's doing all the work for you. There we go. Look at that. So that was the original one. Let's bring the original back. So this was the original where I did the embossing with the black and I used the other paper, and I actually put a little bit of gesso on it just for some texture, and then I just used my Posca pen to create a border. I don't think you can pick that up in the camera. Oh, there we go. Use my Posca pen for that. But this one, similar design, but in this case I've done, gosh, I can't pick that up. There we go. Can you see that? I've done the embossing on the background, and then I've used the cloud cover, embossed it on the cloud cover. So that's actually the blue, not, it's looking grey on the camera, but it's actually that beautiful cloud cover. So yes, very, very pretty colors. I like them very much. I'll have a bit of a play some more with the rest of the products this week and see what other ideas I come up with. But I do enjoy this stamp set. I think we're going to have lots of fun. Be interesting to see what Ruth is going to do with this one hand. I always look at stamp sets now and I go, would Ruth buy this one? Would she not buy this one? Anyway, so yes, let's get all those bits out. So let me bring back, pretty much nice and easy tonight, quick and easy. So there's the journal that we did. Well, not that I did, but I did last week with the papers. And so you can see there's the dies, there's the papers I used, and then here are the cards that I thought I'd just whip up and see how they feature. Yes, it is different, Mum. It's a whole different vibe. It's a very different feel for Stampin' Up, but it suits me because I like vintage. I like that sort of old look to things. So yeah, I really like it. So that's me done. I'm quick and it's really fast tonight because wasn't a hard card to do, and we had lots of product to look at, and yeah, pretty much finished. So sorry you came in right at the end. You'll need to go and look from the beginning, and yeah, hopefully that'll inspire you to do something with the new products. But yes, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks, Mum, for coming in and always supporting. Appreciate your support. It means a lot to me. And thank you to everybody. Please give my video a like and a thumbs up if you have enjoyed watching it. It does help YouTube just know that I'm around. So thank you very much for doing that. I appreciate that. All right, I'm going to go and pack up and then make myself a cup of tea. Have a very good evening, everybody. Have a good day if that's where you are. And I will see you next week. All right. Bye.